Howdy ho, ladies and gents. How are you doing? This is the Business Accelerator Group, and this is a private group. This is where we actually talk about things that go on maybe behind the scenes, things that don't look as sexy. I always use the analogy of, or the example of when you see somebody with maybe a six pack or an eight pack, you're like, oh, wow, that looks amazing. Or when you see somebody in a visible position, you're like, oh, man, that's good. I would like to do that. But the work that goes on behind the scene, people don't want to do. They don't want to do the sit ups. They don't want to minimize carbs. They don't want to wake up early in the morning or stop eating by a certain time at night so that their body can look like that. Or they don't want to do the studying or the education or the extra, while other people may be partying, maybe they're studying, maybe they are really watching their finances and being frugal with it so that they can see some of the things that looks like winning. And so within that, there are things that just happen where sometimes it's just today. And I am actually sharing this because I've had that day today. And many of you come in, you go through the reset, you go through the Hold Your Form course, or people who I've interacted with, like at speaking engagements, and it's like, man, hey, you don't have any problems. We all have days. What happens is what people present aren't those days. And so within this background here, with us getting in the bag in this business accelerator group for, early stage executives and above, there are days. There are days when you are tapped out, when you are tired, when you are frustrated, when the things you put in place are not working and the perfection that you think it should have been working. And so I just wanted to say, sometimes there are just days. And when there are days like that, A, woosah, woosah. I'm in the middle of one right now, so I'll be doing this myself. But just woosah, woosah, control what you can control and be mindful if you notice that your pitch or the frequency of your words or how fast your words are coming out of your mouth, if that begins to change, especially if you're giving instruction to your employee, to a team, if you are having a meeting with your collaborators, be aware of that. And if you can, reschedule said meeting or do something before that meeting so that you can do what you need to do to get you under wraps. Control what you can control because one thing no one can control is someone else. There are things that are outside of our control. No matter what you do everything in your power and you think it's going to be a certain way, and it's not that. And that's when you have to say it's just a day. Remember, if it was easy, everyone would do it. If it was that easy to be a director, everyone would be a director. But when you're a director, you have to answer for more than it's just your thing. When you are an employer, you have to answer for more than just your activities. When you are a manager, you have to answer for more than just your activities. And so it's not as easy as people want to make it seem. It could be simple, but it doesn't mean easy. And so here in the Business Accelerator Group, we want to talk about when it is just today. What are some of the things you can do when it's just a day. It's just a day you want to get through, a day you need to make it through. And so here are some tips to help you with that. Again, breathe, master the art of the pause. If there is disappointment or frustration, acknowledge said disappointment and frustration, and then put together a plan so that you can, the things you're disappointed in or the things you weren't able to get to, when can you get to them again? Now, don't stay up 24 hours saying, I'm going to just do it all because I said I would do it today. I know some people will tell you to do that, but you cannot burn a candle at both ends and get the same amount of longevity from that candle as if you were only burning it from one end. If you waiting until tomorrow to address something that you wanted to do today, if that's the worst thing that happens, it's not necessarily going to cost you millions of dollars. So, woosah, breathe, go ahead and put your list together for tomorrow and maybe take a break. Maybe take a break. Look at what did go, look at what happened that didn't go the way you thought it should go or you had hoped it would go. Is this something that's an educational opportunity? Is it a break in the process? Is it someone not being accountable or responsible for their section of duties, their distribution of duties? Identify what it is, but it doesn't mean you address it today, especially if there is frustration and disappointment within you. It may not be the best time to address it today. We cannot hold people accountable to our work ethic. We can only hold them accountable to the agreed upon expectations and the agreed upon duties. And sometimes we find out that those duties are just not they're not a good fit for the people that we have doing them. Or maybe it's not a good fit for you. If you've engaged in something and you've agreed to something that's not a good fit, you have to be willing to acknowledge that too. But whatever it is, be kinder to yourself. As Tiffany Wyatt says, a lot of times peak performers are not kind to themselves. You have to be able to be kinder to yourself. So be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up because, oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda is a horrible task manager. It's a horrible task manager. It just beats you. There's no hope within it. So look at what could have been different, maybe, but don't get stuck with the I shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Just be like, all right, that didn't work. What will work next time? And then taking time away to do that, even with this short video here, how I'm doing this and I'm communicating with you all, taking just a short time away helps things kind of fall into place again. And it allows you to see those things without you internalizing external things. Don't internalize external things. External things are just that, they're external. Internalize the things that you can control. Control what you can control. That's it. If you guys have any questions, you know what to do. Just text that 214-717-5921. That is a dedicated line. If you're in the Business Accelerator group, getting in the bag, with the early stage executives, that's what we're here for. We're here to support one another, encourage one another, be a sounding board for one another, be a resource to one another. So if there's something that you may need resource sounding board or any of those things with, go ahead and put it into our group, put it into that text chat, and we'll get right back with you. Y'all be safe and have an amazing day. And yeah, get into the bag, but remember to be kind to yourself. It's okay to be kind to yourself. All right, all right, all right. We will see you all later.